Change anything about what you've done in life, one thing, and do it over again, what would that one thing be?
One night I had a temper flare, and I yelled out at my mom, and it shook her, and she told me, she said, one day your kid's gonna hurt you like you hurt me, and that came to be true this week. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have handled that situation totally different. Totally different. And so I use episodes like that to try to handle episodes totally different now.
And they can be quite humbling. And I know that that's something you always shared from the beginning, is that, you know, you lost your mom and it was one of the most traumatic things of your life. But for you to be living and learning through it, I commend you, and I appreciate your transparency and vulnerability tonight.
Thank you, Black Panther.
Yes.
What you got?
Well, I know everything. So any other
Ask a question, boo.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a question.
Hey, yo,
out of my
Tonex,
head.
do you play any musical instruments? Yes, I do. I used to play the piano for my mom's junior choir. One night, the piano player quit, and my mom left to go to the store, and she had the songs that they were going to be singing that Sunday on the piano. And when she got home, I told her to sit down, and I played every song from the Sunday service that Sunday by ear. So I started playing the piano for my mom. My mom thought that I was going to be a singer because I've been singing since I was 3 years old. That's what I used to do in Wilmington. That's what they knew me for. The comedy came later on because I was always a class clown in school. So yeah, I play musical instruments, play trombone in the band, play little drums, but I play piano by ear.
Okay.
That's what's up.
What you
What
got?
scares you? What scares you?
Dying and not having anything left for my kids.
Are you a procrastinator?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a procrastinator. I've been procrastinating since I was a kid because I was very smart. So I would have a project that was due, and I'd know about it about 2 weeks, but I'd wait till the night before and
You
do it
sound like my son.
and still get an A. So
Yeah.
I'm one of them people who think that I got time, and until the time is then, and I still think I can do it. And you see me do stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a procrastinator. That's something that I have to get over because procrastination is
The assassination of time.
thief
The
of success.
assassination of time.
So, you know, you can't be too successful procrastinating. You can't do that. That's a fear thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Next question.
Going back to procrastination, I think we all do it. You know, whether it's I'm gonna get this coffee, I'm gonna get this breakfast sandwich, I'm gonna take this shower, I'm gonna put this lotion on my feet. Whatever we're doing to procrastinate to getting our tasks of the day done. What is the most brutal lesson that you have learned as it pertains to procrastination? Something that you either lost or a brutal lesson that you learned by procrastinating?
I've lost opportunities to perform by waiting to call somebody back. I've lost money by waiting to email somebody back. I've lost opportunities because by the time I got back to the person, what they were calling me about was already either done or it was already filled. So when you wait, they always say wait is what broke the wagon down, but when you wait, you give somebody an opportunity to get in front of you.
Yeah.
So you go back to the Godfather movie, which is one of my favorite movies. The lawyer, when he went out to the movie producer's house when the boy was trying to get that part to sing, and he said he'll never get the part, and he got up from dinner, and he was like, can you call me a car, take me to the airport? And he was like, well, we right in the middle of dinner, he was talking, he was like, the Godfather like to know bad news as soon as it happened.
Yeah.
So that's the way that we should move. You want to, Yolanda always talk about leads. You want to treat life like detective work. As soon as you come across a lead, you want to start working it because you never know what will come up out of it. So
Yeah, the law of distraction is so real.
It is.
And so it will keep us from doing what we need to do to be on our mark or to not procrastinate. So that's the reason why something comes to my mind. If I know I need to move on it, I'll move on it. And it's aggravating sometimes because I'm sure I get on your nerves, right?
You get on my nerves too.
I get, you get like both y'all get on my nerves too. They get on my.
Just saying.
But to me, iron sharpens iron. You
No,
know what I mean?
it's true.
And that's how we are able to grow and be better together.
Yeah.
Next question.
And I just want
see
to
that.
kind of piggyback off of what Yolanda was saying before we go to the next question.
This should be called Heckle and Jekyll.
I was in a seminar recently, and I have an event venue space where people could come and rent it out for celebratory occasions and seminars and so on and so forth. But somebody that we paid to come to their seminar, she said, if you don't call those leads back within an hour or two, they done already called 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 other people.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it didn't seem like it made sense.
Yeah.
But when I saw that we were losing business because we weren't following up on those leads, then my mindset and my approach changed. So I can appreciate and respect what you said. You know what I'm saying? Because people live in a society where everything is on demand. I want answers now. I want to look at this now. I don't want to watch your podcast at 7 o'clock on Sunday, but I watch it at 3 p.m. on Tuesday because that's when I take my lunch break, my first lunch break of the week. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you for bringing that up, but you also for reinforcing that sometimes you just got to go. And something you said to me early on, our mission while we were forming this podcast is we're not going to wait. We're not going to try to do it perfect. We're going to get out there, give them what we got, and then we'll perfect it along the way. So kudos to you for having that mindset, because I am not the person that can go into a whole house that's been framed out and be like, oh, this is going to be the living room. This is going to be the kitchen. This is going to be the bedroom. This is going to be the pantry. I'm like, oh, I don't think this is going to be big enough. But you can see beyond the beams and the framing. So I love that about you.
Thank you, sister.
We balance each other.
That.
Yes.
We absolutely do. I
We
totally
do.
agree on that. Tell the people something that they don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
like
why
I
they
said,
asking me. They're asking like that. Hey, Tone X, what's your favorite color? That would
Those
be.
are basic. So we're going to give them some real
the
stuff.
People,
Everybody
the
knows
people
how
don't
to
know.
blue.
The people don't know.
Is it
My
blue?
favorite color
I
is
would say
blue.
blue.
That's after I do. I
All
do
right.
that answer.
My favorite color is blue. Tone, when were you born? November 17th. I'm a Why would you answer? They know you know.
I'm
You just
sorry,
told them
I'm
you knew.
sorry.
I'm a Scorpio. All right, Tony, you're only child. Yes, I'm an only child. What's an advantage or a disadvantage in being an only child? A disadvantage is you basically do everything yourself, or it's generated through your parents. The advantage is you do everything yourself, and it's basically generated through your parents. So you're gonna grow up not wanting to share shit. All right, so you're gonna have to get with somebody who can open that side up, especially if you never had any siblings. Now I had siblings; they were step, but that's a whole another discussion.
But no, I want to tap into that a little bit, because Kelly, on a show that we had not too long ago, you talked about being the middle child,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you said that felt almost like an only child type syndrome in a sense, right? Or
Well, you felt like
left
you were
out the black sheep.
you were left out and you were the black sheep.
Gotcha.
So you have the firstborn, you have the firstborn boy, so you have the eldest, you have the youngest, and then I'm stuck in the middle, and it's like, well, where do I find my footing? Where do I find my place? But I have a son, and he's the only child, and he goes through a lot of what you go through, and I think it's just so ironic, because although he's my only child, he's still, look, his daddy was a hoe, y'all. So my son has at least 11 siblings.
Wow.
But I've only had one come out of me.
It's funny that you say that,
Yeah.
because Tone was an only child, but he has other siblings too.
See, so you
because his
understand.
father, I won't say was a hoe, he was a Rolling Stone. So he liked to roll
my baby
his
daddy
stone.
was a hoe.
He liked to roll
3
his stones
also.
in other homes.
My dad liked variety.
Yeah, but I always tell Tone that he has the only child syndrome.
Yeah.
Because there's times when it's almost, this is how I feel, this is how I think, and so this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I come from the oldest of 3 siblings, there's 4 of us, and so we would go back, like we would have debates.
Yeah.
So just because this is what you think and what you say, that's not how it's gonna go.
So how has that affected your relationship as husband and wife?
How would you say it's affected it?
I mean, it's the same thing. You have to take time to get over
To know.
traits that you've been doing all your life. Only kids don't need nobody around them. We function. I can go somewhere. All my comedy shows I used to drive and go by myself.
You sound like my son.
I'm cool.
Oh my gosh.
I'm cool being alone. I'm cool being by myself. I'm cool going to a city with nobody. Checking into a hotel, walking around, driving around. Like to an only child, that's fun. Like that's the makeup.
Yeah.
We have to learn to fit in when you start talking about dealing with other people and crowds. And one of the hardest people to get to like you is an only child. Because only children don't have to like nobody. Because we don't have any siblings. All we got is our parents. And what are parents going to do? Make sure that our only child is straight.
It's straight.
So if we don't like Jimmy, your mama be like, call Jimmy mama. Hey, Helen, Jimmy can't come over no more.
Yes.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh gosh.
We don't, and that's how it is. So you take that same mind state as you get older.
Adult.
I'm 56. I'll tell Yolanda, quit. I don't like him. And Yolanda be like, well, damn.
Right.
And she'll be like, well, why? I don't like him.
Period.
Right.
No
That's
ifs,
it.
ands, or buts.
And that's that
no
only
need to
child
explain.
thing. And you have to, and things like that.
Because I'm like, we got to talk about it. You can't just say that.
Only child,
Because you're used to debating. You're
Right.
used to going back and forth with siblings.
Yeah.
our only
as
child will
am
go in the
I.
room.
Yeah.
Our only child will go in the room and talk to herself 2 hours. Have a full-fledged conversation. Be just, okay, here you go. I'm 56. Ask Yolanda how many stuffed animals I got.
Yeah.
I know
That's
you got
function.
a few because I
Okay,
used to work with you.
My son gave me a sloth. His name is Sammy Danny. Ask Yolanda every time I leave the house, do I
You
have
take
him in
Sammy
my
Danny
arm
with him.
like a kid? He sit in the front seat, and me and Sammy Danny bounced up. That's all I need right there.
Yeah.
Yolanda, my kids, and Sammy Danny, and my LeBron James doll, and I'm good. So it's something that you have to learn. It's something that you don't want to put on people. All right, but it's something that somebody has to understand about you so they can balance that out. That's why I always say, ladies, stop telling yourself you're going to change a man because you can't. You know why?
Right.
Because your perspective is nothing like how a man thinks. And if you think when you speak, that's how your man is thinking too, you are totally mistaken.
Yep.
That's why we sit on the couch and look at you like a deer in headlights, because we're trying to tell you that's not what we're thinking, but you think it is. And fellas, you can't do nothing to a woman's mindset until you understand how women function. Once you understand how women function, then you can tap in to that. Men are physical, that's the logical premise.
Yeah.
Women are emotional. A logical and an emotional conversation cannot coexist. Somebody is going to have to take a back step.
Yes.
So listen, okay?
Period.
We have more questions to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back though.
No.
I'm going to come back.
You better come
G
back.
counting
And,
us down.
and let
I'ma
me just
come
say
back.
this. We want you back on the podcast.
Absolutely.
And one thing I will say, as far as what you said, my grandparents used to always tell me, my grandfather and my grandmother, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I appreciate you saying, get to know a woman, how she thinks, how she operates, and then bring your perspective in. So, Tonex, we appreciate you being a part of our show for Unfiltered Conversations, Episode 5. Episode 6 is next Sunday at 7 p.m.
Yes. Oh, how can they find
At
you?
Tone X Comedy, because the algorithm is cheating me out of followers. I've been on the number that I'm on now for 5 years. I should have over 100,000 followers. At Tone X Comedy. Download the Raw 704 app and catch me Saturdays 12 to 3.
Yes. We'll see you next time.